Good evening. I'm Dave Serio, and you are on the You Ought to Know Live Hangout, brought to you by Hangout 10 Network. It's great to be with you. We're live every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, taking care of talking to people in the automotive industry, getting more information for you on how you can save money on automotive repairs. We talk about recalls. We talk about everything to do with the automotive industry. With me tonight, Jose Bueso from Dynamic Automotive. They have 3 locations in the Frederick, Maryland area. And Dave Winward from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. And unfortunately, we don't have tonight Mike Lambert, one of our stand-ins all the time. Mike had a back operation on Thursday, and he is recovering from that, and we wish him well. And we're glad to always have him every week. But take the night off, Mike. Enjoy yourself, relax, and get back to good health. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about what I do. I have an auto repair talk show every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's on 4 radio stations, 3 in the Maryland area, 1 in Florida. And it's on the web all 4 hours at daveserio.com. My name is spelled Daveserio, daveserio.com. When you get there, by the way, you can find out how to watch the show live, video and audio streaming on the web, and also you can even get the free You Ought to Know app, which will allow you to watch the show live or archived on your smartphone or your tablet. And again, absolutely free You Ought to Know app. Let's talk about our guest. We're going to go to Mr. Jose Bueso, first in the door tonight. How you doing, Jose?
I'm doing very well, Dave. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, as always. You and your partners own 3 auto repair shops. I don't know how you do it. I have so many headaches with one. Now, I know you're primarily with one, but you have to absorb some of these headaches from the other guys too, right?
Of course, yes, and it makes it interesting. I find it very challenging, but we have a pretty good infrastructure that everyone follows, and the business is really built on a skeleton that everyone can operate within, and every location runs on this similar system. Not exactly the same, but pretty much exactly the same. And now we are going to actually open up our 4th location. It is official.
All right.
Yep, we're going to do it, and it is located right off of Hayward Drive on Bite Court, and we're going to open her up on the 29th. That's our target date, which is next Monday. And
29th of this month.
Yeah, the 29th of February, yes.
So your anniversary is only going to be once every 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't think of that, did you, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
So we're rocking and rolling, and
all right, so explain to me where this is, because I'm not familiar with that street.
Okay, if you go up Route 270 past our Urbana shop and you continue on northbound Route 15, you're going to go through the town of Frederick, and on the very north end of Frederick there is this road that goes off to the left called Hayward Drive. And you would make a left off of the highway. It's an on-grade crossing, and go up Hayward Drive, and we would be on the right-hand side in Bite Court. Now we're in a area here that's commercial industrial, a little bit different, but it is surrounded by community. Frederick Community College is just a stone's throw away. The Career and Technology Center is right there also, and it's just a nice area. It's a nice community. So,
and Big Bobby Allen's going to run it, right?
And Big Bobby Allen is leading the charge. He's going to handle this shop. We have a technician in place, and we're bringing it all together.
Great. Well, congratulations to you. I can mention this on the air this Saturday then.
Yes, it is official now. Thank you, Dave. We'd love to hear it on the radio now.
Good. I need you to do me a favor and text me all the information that you need, the address, phone number, and all that, okay?
Absolutely. I'll get everything together, and I'll shoot it out to you.
All right. Got a text from Mike Lambert. It said, you guys, all three of us, look good. He needs a new monitor. I'll tell you that right now. It's like tell Jose that he needs his car washed.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's filthy. I got to bring
And
it up to him, actually. I got to bring the Beamer up to him and have him do his magic on my car. I've got
very
a
good.
little Roadster, and I've just let it go, and I probably let it go too far, and
Yeah.
I know that he's probably the only guy that can really bring it back.
Well, I don't know if he knows or not. I don't know if he got the viewers enough, but we did say hello to Mike already. We did wish him well and told him we missed him. So in case he didn't hear that, we got that back out there.
Yeah, the show's just not the same without him, and we do hope he's back sooner than later.
Right. All right. So anyway, I'm so happy to hear about your fourth location. That's fantastic. It's good to see you guys are growing. And another headache, but way to go, buddy.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think this area will be good, and will be good for the area. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
All right. When we come back with you in just a few moments, we'll have you go over all four locations where they are and give more information. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Mr. Dave Winward from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. Hey, Dave.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I wanted to say
Interesting.
congratulations, Jose. That's
Yeah.
awesome news.
We're getting a big echo from you, Dave. I don't know if something on your end or our end. Jose, are you hearing the echo?
Yes, I am. I'm going to go ahead and mute my end. So
Okay. There we go. Now talk to me, Dave. See how it sounds.
Any echo left?
Nope. We got rid of the echo. We have found the problem and we have solved it. It's Jose. Now we'll wait. We'll get him back on in a few moments. So how you doing, Mr. Dave?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Things
Good.
are very busy. Spent the morning at our branch working on a project. We are speaking at the WMDA technical show at the community college, and basically we're putting on a presentation on the Cardac programming system made by Drew Technologies, and we have a really cool display. Our engineers at Jasper had actually taken the PCMs and the ECMs, or actually the TCMs and the ECMs out of a couple different vehicles, and we put it in a nice display to where we can actually go online and use the pass-through device, the Cardac tool, and reflash the ECMs and TCMs to give a presentation on how to do it.
To our viewers that have no idea what all of these words mean, and then most of them aren't words, but tell the folks in English what we're talking about.
Okay, so a lot of these cars, they work on the CAN system, which is basically everything's intertwined. Your engine, your transmission, your dashboard, your lights, your mirrors, everything has to feed into the central computer, and everything talks to each other. So anytime you replace almost anything now, even a mirror, like an electric mirror, you have to reflash or reprogram the device.
Right.
And so there's a lot of different ways to do it. There are factory tools, and then there's these more, I don't want to call them generic, because Cardac is actually the company that invented this technology. So everything is based on their patents, and they do make a tool. And actually, Dave, you have one at the shop.
Right.
And if you have co-op money through Jasper, we'll help you use that co-op money
Right.
to purchase the tool. So, for instance, if you buy a new GM transmission from Jasper, when you get it, it's not going to work until that transmission is programmed. So you have only a couple options. One, you send it back to the dealer so they can do it.
Right.
Two, there are some mobile people that go around and do these flashes for you. Or three, we'll actually rent the tool for you for $15, but there's quite a process you have to go through to do this, and that's what the presentation is about. And
Very good.
Basically you have to log on to, say, we'll use GM. You have to go to their website, download the proper information. You have to pay a subscription fee to retrieve this program from General Motors, and the device is simply a pass-through tool which incorporates your engine or lets your computer talk to your engine computer or your transmission computer, so it can then reprogram it or actually put the program in it, so then everything works fine. But yeah, it's pretty technical stuff, but the engineers at Jasper have done a great job with developing a display. So it's really neat. It's got the entire dashboard for a Chevrolet product, and when you hit the switches, everything lights up, everything comes to life. It flashes a lot of codes at you saying that the tire monitors aren't functioning, because obviously it doesn't have any tire monitors on it. And they've made ways to bypass everything and make everything work just well enough so you can do the presentation on how to do the flashing.
Very good. Oh, very interesting. And is Big Jim from Jasper Engines going to do that?
No, actually, it'd be Big Dave.
Good job. Good job. Glad to hear that, buddy. Glad to hear that. So I know you've been pretty busy with that. That's good. When is this? What college is this going to be at? Catonsville?
Yeah, Catonsville Community College. It's
Gotcha.
the WMDA, which is the Washington Maryland Dealers Association.
Right.
A lot of those shops are members of that. But if you're not a member, you can go to the WMDA website and register as a non-member. It just costs a couple dollars more. I think the class is about 150 if you're a member, and about 170 if you're not a member.
When is the class?
It is this Saturday from 9 o'clock to, well, our class is from 9 to 12, but there's, I believe, 10 different courses going on at the same time. And
Right.
if you go to the website, you can click on, which course you'd like to register for.
Very good. All right, that sounds good, Mr. Dave. And things are going well at Jasper. I'm coming here to tell the story that I almost needed your product and still may need your product. You never know. Are you ready for the story on the Hemi?
I want to hear the story, Dave.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Dave. I always have fun going back to Florida. I have to go south to Florida and then back north to Maryland. And we all know that North Carolina seems to be my nemesis. Every vehicle that I've taken down to Florida on its own has either developed a problem down there, been towed down there, or broken down. I mean, it's everything. I mean, I was towing a car on a tow dolly behind the moving truck on my original move down, and it lost its right rear wheel right in middle of North Carolina, and had to be left in North Carolina to be repaired while I went down to Florida. I had my diesel truck, which had been one trip down to North Carolina and back. That broke down in North Carolina, had to be towed out of North Carolina. On the way down to North Carolina this time, I got a ticket for doing 85 and a 70, when I believe I was doing about 82. That's when I had my cruise control set on. But neither that, I have an 85 and 70 ticket, and because it's 15 miles an hour over the speed limit and not 14, it is a demand to appear ticket. So I have to go down to North Carolina again on March 11th to appear for this ticket. Now, made it down to Florida safe, just had to get out of North Carolina. On the way back, I am 3 miles away from getting out of North Carolina. I am 3 miles to the Virginia line. They've got signs already up saying, Virginia Welcome Center, 4 miles ahead. I'm ready. I said even to somebody in the car, I'm getting out of North Carolina. It's a good thing. And then all of a sudden, my engine starts misfiring like you would not believe. So I do make it out of North Carolina. I'm on the Virginia side, and we stop at the first exit in Virginia, and we check the car out. Code couldn't be read for some reason. We don't know what was going on there at the O'Reilly Auto Parts store that I've got. But anyway, definite misfire. Check the oil. Check the transmission fluid. Everything's fine. So I've got a choice at 6:30 on a Sunday night. You just drive, So I drove all the way home with a misfire. 20 minutes later, the check engine light comes on like, hey, I'm letting you know you got a misfire. Thanks a heck of a lot. So anyway, I make it all the way home. Then the next morning, I drive it into work. We look at it, find a 1416 code, which is a code that talks about the 4 cylinder deactivation, and it also talks about 4 and 6 cylinder, number 4 and 6 cylinder. So we pull the plugs out of 4 and 6. That's 4 plugs altogether, 2 plugs per cylinder, and we find that 3 plugs do not even have any elements. They're gone.
The electrodes.
The electrodes gone. Yep. And I went, oh, because we're in the auto repair business. We know that when parts of your car are not there, that means they're in the engine. And that doesn't mean good.
No, not at all. That's a punch in the gut.
Yeah. Very seldom does anything go in the engine while the engine's running and everybody's happy. Not usually the case. So we left the car on the lift that night, didn't worry about it anymore. Next morning, I think, well, let's put 3 spark plugs in it, whatever, 2 or 3 spark plugs, whatever we needed, put them in just to get it to run out of the shop, right? We put 2 spark plugs in it, cylinder 6, which were the worst, with the 2 cylinders, worst cylinder, and the car runs good. I mean, check engine lights going out, no miss. I said, this is unreal. So I make the command decision to get the other 14 spark plugs, get an air filter, which I needed, and we're going to do an oil change. So in case there's any small debris in the engine, we'll try to get it out with the oil change. Well, we can't see any debris. We don't see any metal. That's good. Put 14 more spark plugs in, put the air filter in, start it up. So far, I've driven it 100 miles, no check engine light, no misfire. It's running great.
You're living a charmed life.
I do go to church on Sundays, but I was not even expecting this.
Wow,
isn't that incredible?
That's an incredible deal, yeah. Because usually when you're missing electrodes from a spark plug, that's serious business. And how many cylinders were missing the electrode?
Altogether, 4 spark plugs were missing the electrode out of the 16.
Wow.
The only one that was missing both of them in one cylinder was cylinder number 6. And then it was cylinder number 4, and then cylinder number 3, I think, on the other side, were missing electrodes.
So speculate what you think could have happened. What caused that?
The Greek god osmosis. I have no idea. I don't know if something hit them, or as you were talking about earlier, they melted. I mean, I've had the car since 111,000 miles. I really expected a check engine light to come on before needing spark plugs. Normally that's the case. Spark plugs start to get worn, and then all of a sudden they'll start set a check engine light. But I can't believe that I actually wore spark plugs down so far that they melted. But something happened. And again, what I need to tell you is I just bought this car a year and 4 months ago with 111,000 miles, and I have 162,000 on it now. Wow. I put 51,000 miles on that car, and as you know, that's not my only car.
Right. Yeah.
So I've really put a lot of miles on this thing.
Yeah, you did some serious driving on that car. Now, with that particular engine, the spark plugs, correct me if I'm wrong, they have to be replaced every 30,000 miles.
Well, they're platinum plugs, so I think they go 60.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So your spark plugs were near the end of their life anyway. Would you say that?
I would say that I got my money's worth out of those bad boys.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was so sure yesterday that I was going to need an engine that I contacted Jasper, got the price, availability, everything, and said I'd give him a call back. And I thought for sure that I'd be calling him back this morning saying, send me the engine.
Son of a gun. Man.
Yeah. I don't already counted on that as part of my commission check.
What's that now? What'd you say?
I said I'd already counted that as part of my commission check next week.
A nice guy you are. Thank you.
Hey, I'd already spent the money.
Well, you better hold on. I'm telling you, the Lord had different ideas for that car. You know? I don't know if God's going to bless me as much on the Hellcat. No, I don't know. Oh, goodness gracious. So, as long as I'm out of North Carolina, now I have to go down to North Carolina, and I've got to spend time there in North Carolina.
Take a different car.
Yeah, well, no, I got to take the Magnum, you know? We'll see what happens. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get blessed and get in and out of North Carolina without a problem. So anyway, fun trip.
Yeah.
And we went to the O'Reilly store. Okay, went to the O'Reilly parts store. And I'm buying an additive that I needed, checking the transmission fluid, checking the oil, and this really heavy-set African-American guy is behind a counter. And I walk up to him and I said, can I talk you guys into a free check engine light analysis? The guy goes, sure. What kind of car? I said, a Dodge Magnum. He says, where are you headed to? I said, Maryland. He goes, in a Dodge? You got to be crazy. I said, well, I'm coming from Florida. He goes, oh, my God. He goes, I don't know how you made it this far. In a Dodge? Kept on saying that. He thought he was funny.
Yeah.
And then he goes out, and my car's going, you know,
Right.
made it a little bit better. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to call this guy now and say, I fixed the engine with 16 spark plugs.
Well, you dodged a big bullet, that's for sure.
Good joke there. There you go. There you go. All right. So anyway, so let's talk, Jose, about Dynamic Automotive.
Okay.
The fourth location on the way, but let's talk about those three old locations first, okay?
Okay, the original location was opened up in 1995, and that's in Newmarket, Maryland. And my partner, Lee Foreman, runs that location. Actually, Sarah runs that location. She's
Sarah runs Lee, and then Lee runs the location.
That's exactly right, yes.
Got it.
And if you want to talk to Sarah, that phone number there is 301-694-5460. 301-694-5460. And number 2 shop is my shop here in Liberty Town. And if you want to give me a holler, call me at 301-694-6250. And our third shop, which is located off of Route 270 in Urbana, Maryland, that phone number there is 301-874-8833. That shop not only boasts a 9-bay repair shop, but it also has a 4-bay quick lube facility and a 60-foot soft cloth car wash that Mike Lambert absolutely swears by.
Well, that's better. Most car washes he swears at. So it's good that you have to swear by. He endorses yours. He really thinks, and the reason why Mike endorses your car wash is because you guys keep it so clean.
Yeah, actually, and that's one of the major factors of a car wash's success. We keep the equipment new and current, and all of the fabric is always clean. We watch what goes in to the car wash, and you have to be ever so watchful about pickup trucks that come into your car wash, because you don't want any kind of debris or sand or dirt in the back of that bed. So before you bring it through, that's so important. That's so important.
Gotcha.
The fourth location will be the north end of Frederick, right off of Hayward Drive, which is right off of Route 15 northbound. And that location
on the way to Gettysburg, by the way.
On the way to Gettysburg, exactly.
Got it. So I know about where it is. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. That phone number there is 301-662-3300. 3300.
Great number. That's the best number you've got so far.
I know. We lucked out.
Very good. Glad to hear that.
Hopefully that shop will be opened up next Monday, and we'll be rocking and rolling.
Okay, well, you need to do two things. One, as I mentioned, you got to text me the information or email me the information, either way. But you need to give me a call right before Saturday and let me know whether it's still scheduled for a Monday opening.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, if it is, I'm going to push it hard on Saturday for you to get people out there for the Monday thing. But if it's not, I don't want to push people out there and find out you're not open.
Sure, I will do that, Dave. That's great.
Okay? Let me know one way or the other.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you and your two partners. And Big Bobby Allen, is he now a partner, or is he just running the show for the time being?
Right now, he's just running the show for the time being, and he's doing one heck of a job getting this all together. I have to tell you, he's been fantastic handling all the particulars, getting the utilities switched over, the infrastructure like the cable, the phones, and et cetera, handling all of that business. That's a lot to handle.
Was this an existing shop?
It was an existing shop, yes.
And the name of the shop it was, so maybe some people in that area may recognize it. Is that something? Huh?
It was called Daisy Automotive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daisy Automotive.
Daisy Automotive. They have two shops in the area. This was shop number 2. This gentleman has another shop in Lisbon, and unfortunately, this shop just didn't work out for him in the Frederick area. But I personally liked the layout of the shop. I love the area, so we decided to take it over and take it off his hands.
Well, your last investment, Urbana, was humongous. I mean, that's a big location. You bought the property, lots of money to build the building and everything like that. This is a little less risky.
Yes.
Okay, that's the great thing about it is if and we want everything to go well, but there's less risk involved in something like this.
Absolutely, yeah. This is not so grandiose. We're not talking about building from the ground up. It is simplistic by comparison, which is nice.
That's a good thing. I'm sure. Yes. Opening up Urbana was a headache or two, I'm sure.
Yeah, I lived that headache for quite a few years before we opened up those doors. And then, afterwards, developing that business and it being such a large business, it takes a while to get it off the ground. So that was really a challenge.
I can understand that. Well, listen, Jose, always great to have you here. We're going to be back with you in just a few moments. Going to talk to our friend Dave, okay?
Thank you very much, Dave.
Thanks, Jose. Mr. Dave Winward, once again, from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. Now, I know you didn't have any time to get a contest together tonight because you have been burning the candles at both ends when it comes to Jasper land. But we thank you very much, as always, for being here. What else is going on in Jasper world?
Well, I do have a video I drummed up pretty quick, if you'd like to see that.
Absolutely, sir. A video would be great. Let's go.
Yeah, this is 4R70W Ford transmission, rear-wheel drive. Okay. Very, very common. One of our biggest sellers is in the Crown Victoria cars. Maryland State Police still uses a lot of those. They put them in Ford trucks, F-150s. It's kind of the lighter transmission. It's more based on lighter duty applications. But I have a video here of a drum that just kind of blows apart and causes obviously some problems with it moving. So I'll share the update we're doing.
Great.
I can
once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Winward from Jasper Engines and Transmissions.
Here we go.
Let's talk billet steel forward drum updates on this Jasper Tech Update. Ford's 4R70W and 4R75W transmissions each suffer from a weakness in the forward drum. Over time, the constant engagement paired with higher line pressures on 2005 and later models causes the OE forward drum to flex and break at the snap ring groove. Once the forward drum fails, there's no forward gears and driving stops. Jasper's solution, where applicable, is the installation of a new updated billet steel forward drum with a solid snap ring groove. This update eliminates the chance of failure due to higher line.
All right.
Sure.
Jose, are you hearing that problem also?
And multiple engagement. The billet steel forward. Let's talk billet steel forward.
Did that go through?
Well, we got the first half of it, and then unfortunately Jim Ball probably just bored the heck out of the sound man, and that was all left.
Well, basically the forward drum was a stamped steel drum, and we replaced it with a billet steel drum. So sometimes
I even entertain myself.
And remember, Dave, these are my coworkers. Don't make it hard
know.
on
I know. Jim's a great guy, I'm sure. He's just Mr. Excitement. I don't know, but anyway, he's a great guy.
But any police application and E150 van doing this too.
Right.
There are certain applications to where we feel that it's like a smaller pickup, two-wheel drive, probably doesn't need it. So there are certain applications we are not using it. But if it's anything heavy duty that we feel is necessary, we will.
Well, the ironic thing about it, though, is when you rebuild them, you don't know what kind of vehicle they're going to go in.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
well, I mean, you're counting an F-150 and a Grand Marquis as the same type of situation. They're both two-wheel drive. You feel it's the same application kind of thing?
No. Like, we probably have, I would say, at least 20 stock numbers for the 4R70W. And
oh, okay.
yeah, so
now I understand.
It has the same designation. The 350 Chevy is a good one. I think we might have 50 on a 350 Chevy.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Very good. Well, that was interesting, and even though we didn't see the end of it, we got the point about the billet, and how tough the new part is, and that's why you guys can give a 3-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Absolutely. Yep.
Very good. Well, Dave, thanks so much for being with us this evening. As always, we appreciate it. Always great talking to you. And good luck this Saturday morning, 9 to 12 at the college. I hope things go well for you and the class goes well.
Yeah, the last time we checked, we had about 15 people signed up. I'm hoping the class is somewhere around 20 to 25, so it's manageable, so everyone can kind of get their hands on things. But if you are interested, go to the WMDA website. It is at the Haytonsville Community College, and it's their annual tech show. So there's a lot of neat things. There's a couple gentlemen from Ratchet and Wrench magazine that'll be there. The ATI will be there. They're the Automotive Training Institute. They're giving some courses. So a lot of good stuff.
Good. Well, very good. Well, good luck to you. I hope things go well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you,
and
Dave.
The contest. The last contest, and I'll have a contest next time, but I had shared a picture of the shifter that was having problems, speaking of the Dodge problems, and who the manufacturer of the transmission, and that was ZF, manufacturer of the transmission.
By the way, that's the same manufacturer that does the transmission in my Pantera.
Yes, and that exact same shifter is used in some of the Audi products as well. So it's not just a domestic thing. It's even some of the European cars use that ZF. I think Mercedes uses quite a bit of ZF transmission.
And by the way, I got an interesting call last week from Viper. So I answer the phone, and it's not a toll-free number. It's some area code I don't recognize. And so I always answer the phone. I don't screen calls like that. And this guy goes, "Are you Dave Serio?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "I'm somebody from Viper." I said, "My car?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay. What can I do for you?" He goes, "Well, the 2013s have experienced some engine failures, and we want to see if if yours is going to be involved in that." I said, "Lovely. What's going on?" So he said that 2 Viper engines have failed because of debris in the engine. And what they're doing is they're bringing all the 2013 Vipers back to the dealers, having them perform a free synthetic oil change, and then they're taking the oil filter and shipping it to Dodge to have it inspected. And if it turns out that we have the same debris in there that there's other failures, they're going to replace our engine free. But the numbers won't match anymore. So I'm hoping my engine's okay. I'm hoping.
That really, I mean, as long as it's documented that they did it, I mean, they could.
That'll help. But that's how few Vipers they have sold in 2013. They can just call everybody.
Wow.
If you have a 2014 Viper, a Corvette, there's thousands of them. Let me give you an example. The 2014 model year Corvette, they manufactured more cars in that year, Corvette, than Viper did in its whole existence. think Viper's only produced like 20-some thousand cars
Wow.
since 1992.
Yeah, that's a much more exclusive product.
And that's what I like about it. I mean, I'm down in Florida, and all I see are 2014-15 Corvettes. All of them. I mean, you can tell by the headlights, right? When they come out. They're all over the place, right? I did not see one other Viper on the road. Now, this is really unique. I went to a car show down in New Smyrna Beach. 300 cars in New Smyrna Beach. And my 2003 Viper was the only Viper there.
Wow, that's interesting, too.
Isn't it? And people were looking and flocking to that car as if they hadn't seen one before.
Huh.
And up here, I mean, the 2003 doesn't get the attention that the newer Vipers get.
Right.
But I'm telling you, that's exact. Man, down there, it was like, wow, are they still making Vipers? I'm getting all these questions, you know.
Wow.
So
I consider
it's amazing.
the Viper is more of an exotic
Yes.
car, when a Corvette would be more of like the, sportsman kind of performance car. Even though that Corvettes, the new ones, are very high performing and very much exotic, in my mind, I consider them an exotic car.
Well, a lot of people don't because of how many they make, and that's one thing that happens. They do put them out in large numbers, and the Viper's hand built in Detroit, at least for another year, and that makes it different. So it's all good. Well, guys, thank you so much for being with us. Jose, I want to thank you once again for being with us this evening. To you and you guys at Dynamic Automotive, congratulations on the opening of your 4th location. And keep in touch with me and let me know what's going on there so I can get you the right advertising out of that, okay?
You betcha, Dave, and thanks for having me tonight. Always a lot of fun.
My pleasure, sir. I'm Dave Serio, Saturday morning, 7 to 11, daveserio.com. Also, Q1370 AM in Baltimore for the 7 to 8 hour, WCBM in Baltimore for the 8 to 10 hour, WFMD in Frederick, and 740 AM and 96.9 The Game in Orlando for the 10 to 11 hour. Join me. If you've watched this on archive, we'd love to have you join us next Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for listening. We're part of the Hangout10.com network. I'm Dave Serio. Have yourself a nice evening, and we'll talk to you on Saturday.